Hi guys, as you can see there is nothing in front of me today because I'm going to talk about my new planner. Yes, it is nearly the end of January, so having a new planner seems a bit bizarre at this point in the year, I would say. But I'm super excited about it and super happy about it, and it is an undated planner, so that's fine. Before I get started, heads up, if you can hear weird noises in the background, my husband is watching the football and the door catch has stopped working properly, so you can hear him a lot more than normal, so I apologise for that. But getting to the important thing, this is my new planner. This is the Scribbles That Matter bullet planner in this gorgeous box. So Scribbles That Matter have been producing bullet journals for a while, and then I think December time they released an A4 and an A6, and they announced a planner earlier this month. So I have had two Scribbles That Matter bullet journals. This was the first one I had, which is kind of their original design. In their, I think it's kind of original colour scheme. All of their products seem to come out in this teal and yellow before anything else. So this is the first one I had. I wasn't too sure about it, but I knew I loved the paper. I think because of the pen loop and I think the feel of it, I was scared to do anything in case I marked it, the cover, or damaged it in some way. This is my current bullet journal. This is the Pro version, and in mint, which I think I've talked about before. And I love it. I've carried it everywhere. But as you can see, we're not at the end of January yet, and I've gone through half of this since the start of the month. I go through bullet journals about one every 2 months. When I first started out, it was probably about one every 6 weeks maximum. So I burn through them. I put a lot of things in my bullet journal. I go through phases where I get a bit fuzzy and overwhelmed, so everything gets written down, which is why I go through them. And I take a lot of notes on things, but I generally put all of my tasks, my work tasks, and they are down to the finest detail, personal tasks, all sorts of things. So I go through a lot of notebooks, and when you're buying Scribbles That Matter notebooks and Leuchtturms and Nuna notebooks at that frequency, the price does start to add up a little bit. So when this was announced, I got super excited because it's my favourite size. First of all, it's a B5 size, and I love B5 sizes of notebooks. There's something about them that's nice. There's a lot of space, a lot of room, but it's not too big and bulky like an A4. And there was something about the sneak peeks, I thought this could be really good. So aside from the gorgeous box, which I got unbelievably excited about, it is a gorgeous planner. So it gives you a bit of an overview on the back, and it's a slide off one, so I'm just going to slide this off, and then you get to see the spine. Yes, the spine is a different colour to the rest of the notebook. Yes, that is the pen loop on the spine. I thought it was a bit odd to start off with, but I love it. So I'll just move that out of the way. So it is the teal and yellow. This is the back of it. It does have the icons that the Pro notebook has on the back in a slightly different format, slightly similar. And it does have an elastic as normal, which I've just tucked in the back for now. It has 3 ribbons. Not many note pages, but a few, so you could use it for note pages. You could do monthly, weekly notes, monthly, weekly, daily, you know, it's your choice, it's your planner. So at the moment my third one's just tucked at the back because I'm not really using it. So it is a hardcover, does have the pen loop on the side, does have the closure. As with all of their notebooks, it does have a pocket at the back, which currently has stickers in it, unsurprisingly, but it doesn't have the patterns that the other one does. So in the back of this one, it's got all these sort of doodled, hand-drawn patterns. That's not in here, like the notebooks are, which is fine, that's the way it goes. So I will talk you through some of the features and then probably show you bits that I've done as I go. So first off, you have the key as you normally do. They have a key page in all their notebooks like a bullet journal, so you can set up your own code or use the one that Ryder Carroll came up with. And I love the colour coding key as well, because I could never draw this. This just seems a step too far for me. I love that it's already there. And you all know my colour coding system by now anyway, I would have thought. Then there is also past, present and future year at a glance, as they describe it, with lots of space as well to make notes. So I've started this year's, but I probably will go back and add a lot more to this and add notes, and then start adding to next year's as things come through, like term dates and stuff like that. Then you get this spread, which is an annual progress tracker. Now, I would never normally draw a spread like this in my bullet journal. I was kind of like, well, what am I going to use it for? Because I have never really tracked any of my weight loss or any of my social media stuff. So I thought, since it was here, I would use it. And I've just started adding in a little bit of social media stuff. Not quite sure what I'll do with the bottom one yet, but I thought since it's here, I will use it for something, really. You get a couple of blank double spreads, which I have counted the squares of. So across here there are 33 squares, and top to bottom there are 46, which I believe, if my memory serves me correct, is the same width as a Leuchtturm B5, but one square less top to bottom, I think, from memory. Then you get all of your monthlies side by side. So you get 12 monthly pages that look like this. So they're double page spreads. You get a space at the top. You get a vertical dating from 1 to 31, that's the one, with space to write the days next to it. And I know on the sneak peeks this was done as personal and work, but I mean, you can do it however you want to, really. Habit tracker already drawn out, which again means I'm more likely to use it because I can never be bothered to draw it myself. Goals for the month, tasks for the month, and then a tiny space for a review. It did say on the sneak peeks as well that there's some research where tracking your habits monthly means that you're more likely to stick to them than if you do them weekly. So I will be interested to see if that makes any difference to me. We'll see how it goes. You can also see that I have stuck down monthly calendar stickers on all the months. These are from the Erin Condren 2018 mini calendar sticker pack. There are other stickers for each month as well, which I have not used, and I don't know if I will, to be honest. But I liked the calendar sticker. So I'm going to show you February, because I have set that up already. And this has got everything on it. I don't often share spreads that have everything on it. I've drawn around my calendar sticker for a bit more colour, and I've used my Zebra Mild Liner for a little bit of colour that kind of goes with the colour of February-ish, and just added some accents like my weekends so I know where they are, highlighted the headers. You can see what I've done with it, I don't need to describe it. I have filled this in. I'm going to try mood tracking as well, because I know a lot of people have said that that helps kind of identify triggers and habits kind of stick depending on moods and things, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And I'm going to use my goal section kind of tied into the Your Best Year monthly planning. So that's how I'm going to use that. And then my two sides, this is vaguely events that are important or appointments, and this is vaguely householdy type things. I'm just going to see how it goes for this month. I may mix it up next month. I don't know yet. I haven't really decided. This is new, and I haven't used a log like this for a month since I think my first bullet journal. So we'll see how that goes. So like I said, you get all your 12 monthly spreads side by side, and then all of this is your weeklies and dailies. So you get a weekly spread that has time trackers from midnight to midnight, 7 days, little blank space at the bottom and all this space around it for other things as well. And then when you turn over to the next page, you get your daily space for that week as well. And this is a really nice space. It's a nice size. Excuse me, guys. You have Monday to Friday already drawn out, and then you can do whatever you want with the rest of the space, obviously, or you can do other things entirely. And then at the back there is some more blank spreads. There's a password reminder page, a mindfulness page, and a pen test page. So that's kind of the main features. Now, me being me, got this planner set up straight away, obviously, because I have a problem. And I had a go at just doing this week. So I've used the time trackers. I've shaded out the space when I am asleep. Obviously this is kind of like the ideal, but I've done this bit the day after, so I know when I've gone to bed. For anyone that's doing sleep tracking, I suppose this is a really nice way to visually track your sleep in comparison to when you are awake. And I've kind of done what I do with my passion planner, where I block out the time and then have my individual events for work and things like that. So that's a time tracker. At the bottom I've used one of the Happy Planner stencils to just add in some dots to record things that are happening that day that were either related to my husband, so don't really impact on my time, or are things just to be aware of for that day, like the Scribbles That Matter release, like the fact it's recycling day, things like that. And TV, just so I know when it's on. I don't really watch live TV anymore, I watch everything on catch up. I have started on some of my other spreads thinking about weekly tasks. I've never really thought about weekly tasks, like the extra things you'd like to get done but you don't really know when. So I thought I'd add that in. And then this bit I thought I would use as sort of daily highlights, so the good bits. As you can see, yeah, I've not really used that yet. And then the dailies, I loved this. So I've been using about 1/3 of a page a day in my bullet journal for each day. About 2/3 of a page, sorry, because by the time I put my events and then my tasks, it's taken up loads and loads of space. So this space and having your events and then your tasks is amazing. And as you can see, I've also started colour coding my tasks, so I can see all my green tasks are to do with work, my pink ones to do with stuff at home, things like that. And that's worked really, really well. So I got super excited. And yeah, I love it. It's fantastic. Now, obviously I have set up next week already because it's me. And as we could probably tell from our spread, it's already gone past Thursday, which is my setup day. And I ummed and ahed about the S word, stickers. And I know Sophie, sorry guys, I know Sophie, who is Penguin Planner, has had hers a couple of days longer than mine. She is intending to use stickers, and I have used stickers for next week. So I will show you how I have set up next week and next week's dailies using stickers. So this is last week in Jan, first week in Feb, that kind of crossover week. I have used let me get this right, a deluxe mini kit from Planner Face with some extra icons from Anna's shop as well. And I have used it over this page, which is the weekly view, and over my dailies. So with the mini kits you get a couple of full boxes for sort of decoration purposes, and you get some sort of slightly smaller boxes. So I've used those for decoration on this page. I love the icons from Anna's shop. I've suddenly got hooked on icons and use them in everything because they're a nice tiny addition of colour and are a really good visual cue. Functional daily reminders. These checklists I love the checklist. There's something a little bit off centre, a little bit tilted, and to me they almost seem sort of slightly, one side is fractionally smaller than the other. And I love Anna's checklist, but I never use them because I mostly plan these days in a bullet journal or in a passion planner, and they don't quite line up. But these bits down here have no grid lines, no dot lines, nothing. They're just plain. So I thought these would work really well for sort of my little daily reminders. The nice thing about the deluxe mini kit is you get 2 weekend banners. So I have one here and I have split one here as well, which is quite nice. So it's kind of, it's subtle stickerating, I think is the best way to describe it. I am going to try meal planning in advance, which is something I'm quite bad at, I will be honest. And I've still got my sort of my good bits list, but I've made the sections slightly smaller and just try to kind of colour code things a bit. Not colour code things, colour match my other details to the kit. Obviously this is colour coded and this will get added to as well. And then on my dailies I have just used the headers from the kit to mark the headers. I've decided to try and do an equal box for every day of the week. I've split my weekend banner and I've started adding it in tasks. These little boxes here I've stuck on the work days as kind of like a mini review on the day is my plan. It probably won't go like that, we'll just see what happens. And this means as well that I can sort of plan tasks ahead quite easily and not have to worry about space or anything else like that. So that is next week as a weekly view in my bullet planner. It seems like a really weird name still. And the dailies. I will share pictures as the week goes on my Instagram because I'm really excited to use this and it makes me really happy, this planner. Using it this week, the past couple of days, it has made me really happy because I can just look at everything. I can look at any open tasks, I can see everything, and there is space. And I think, let me just have a quick check a moment. I think if I go to my bullet journal, let me see if I can find a page to show you. Problem is there's so much kind of personal information and things. I can't find a page to show you, but if I had my header like here, I'd have events, I'd have tasks. That would be most of the page gone, which is probably why I was getting through them so quickly. So this is just a really nice way to lay it all out, and I'm really, really excited. So if you guys have any questions or anything about this, because I know this is still quite new and quite different, please put them below and I'll do my best to answer them. If there is something you'd like to see me specifically do in this, equally comment and I will see if it's something that I can try and incorporate. And if you are someone who is toying with bullet journaling because of the process of it, but likes having structure in advance, I would definitely recommend getting this planner because I love it. And it will probably feature again soon. So that's all for now, guys. As I said, questions or anything, comments, please leave them below. I will link my Instagram account below because I will share pictures of this as the week goes on, and you can see how it's progressing. And in the meantime, have a lovely time setting up your week and happy planning.